Special Operations Forces in World War II were supposed to be the ultimate weapon. Elite, trained, lethal, operating in the shadows where conventional armies could not reach. But the reality was far messier, and some of these units got brave men killed on missions that changed absolutely nothing, while others destroyed more of the enemy in a month than entire divisions did in a year. Today we are ranking them from worst to best, and the difference almost always came down to three things: training, doctrine, and whether commanders actually trusted them. Near the bottom, Italy's DECIMA MAS FROGMAN, bold in theory, underwhelming in practice. They were trained to ride human-guided torpedoes into enemy harbors, attach explosives to the hulls of warships, and disappear before dawn. You have spent 2 years training in freezing water, mastering underwater demolition techniques no other military in the world had even attempted. You are, genuinely, one of the most specialized soldiers alive. And your government uses you to conduct operations that, while tactically brilliant, never translated into strategic advantage at scale. That's the DECIMA MAS problem. Just above them, the U.S. Marine Raiders. Created in 1942 under direct political pressure, they trained hard and seriously. Command sent them to make an island on a raid that achieved almost nothing. Poor planning and a commander's hesitation on the beach led to men being left behind. 9 raiders were captured and later executed by the Japanese. The unit did not fail because its men were lacking. It failed because the mission was built on politics, not purpose.
Then there's DIEPPE in 1942. Over 6,000 men, mostly Canadian troops supplemented by British commandos, assaulted the French coast in a single day, with casualty rates above 60%, on a mission sold as reconnaissance in force, but really a political gesture to satisfy Allied pressure for a second front. Brave men. Catastrophic planning. And finally, the German Brandenburg Division. Early war infiltration specialists who could operate behind enemy lines in enemy uniforms, speaking enemy languages. Hitler absorbed them into conventional warfare by late 1944, after the July 1944 bomb plot implicated members of the unit, and the moment he did, he destroyed the only thing that made them lethal. Every unit in this tier had brave men. What they didn't have was the one thing that separates a special operation from a suicide mission: a commander who actually trusted them with a mission worth dying for. But the units above them understood something these didn't: that special operations only matter if the mission matters. The Brandenburg Division had everything: language skills, nerve, genuine tactical genius, and command threw it all away by 1943. Which unit's wasted potential hits hardest? The Raiders left to politics, or the Brandenburgers handed to conventional warfare? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you hit subscribe, that will help us to make more content like this for you. Now let's get into the units that actually got it right. The OSS JEDBURGH teams operated on a principle the lower tier never grasped. A small team's value isn't measured in bodies it kills, but in the multiplier effect it creates. 3 men dropped behind enemy lines on the night of June 5, 1944. No armored support, no artillery, no division behind them. Just a radio, a weapons cache, and orders to turn the French resistance into a coordinated fighting force. More than 90 JEDBURGH teams parachuted into France in 1944, and together with the resistance networks they activated, they severed German supply and reinforcement lines at a scale no conventional unit could replicate from the outside. A JEDBURGH team didn't fight, it made thousands of other people fight. Better, in coordination with Allied command. That's doctrine working exactly as it should. But the top tier belongs to the British SAS in North Africa. In 15 months of desert raiding, David Stirling's men destroyed over 250 Axis aircraft on the ground. In a single night at Sidi Hanish in July 1942,
18 jeeps rolled onto a German airfield and destroyed 37 aircraft before disappearing back into the desert, losing 2 men. Rommel eventually had to divert significant forces to guard airfields instead of fighting, meaning the SAS was shaping the ground battle without firing a single shot at a tank. The force multiplier wasn't a side effect. It was the entire point. What set the worst units apart from the best was never bravery. Every unit on this list sent brave men into impossible situations. The difference was doctrine, picking missions where a small team could do what an army could not, having commanders who trusted them enough to let them operate, and training until the mission itself was the easy part. The DECIMA MAS had the nerve, the Brandenburg Division had the talent, the SAS had all three, and that's why we still talk about them today. Subscribe to World War Files for more rankings like this. Watch the next video on screen right now.